and today we are going to be talking about DJ Clancy, Dan Clancy, Twitch CEO, and we are going to start here. This says that Dan is a person who is here to fight. He's here knowing what's worth taking risks for. And really, sometimes people may see that as struggling, but what he is doing is that he's fighting for what's worth struggling for. He's taking risks for what's worth taking risks for. So he can be a stubborn being. He may not hear a person the first time they say something to them, the second time they say something to them, or maybe even the 18th time they say something to him. But he is here to fight for something, to really allow himself to be inspirational when he is fighting for that thing, struggling for that thing, being risky for that thing. That is when he is going to become empowering. Right here, what this specifically means is that there may be a tendency to take things a little bit too far and may not be able to come back from it. Um, I have this myself, so I knew at a very young age, like grade 4, that I had an addictive personality. And, you know, it's for Dan to make sure that he directs that knowing that he has about himself towards something that's worth struggling for, something worth being ambitious for. He does have this vitality about him, and because of all of this down here, all of this color, I bet it's important to Dan to move. All right, let's talk about this. This means that a creative pulse can be on, a creative pulse can be off. It's really mechanical and it feels melancholic, maybe sad. And let's repeat what I just said. It can either be on or off, and it's mainly off, but when it's on and it's creative. And sometimes people like to force that melancholy away or give it a reason as to why they feel sad, and but it just is. It's not anything other than a mechanical process turning on and off. And yeah, although it's melancholic, there is a gift at the end of this, melancholy. If you don't force it away, you just move through it. There is this gift of creativity. Something creative, new, and mutative is going to come out of that. Something that hasn't been seen before, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to bring that vitality back to you. But in the meantime, what Dan is really good at is actually understanding cycles. He understands growth and endings. He understands beginnings. He wants to begin things so that he can end things. He knows when things come to a maturation and things need to change. He has this balanced development that he deeply at the core level understands. He has this ambition. He knows the duration of things. He knows how to transform things. He is a design of being driven. So let's put that all together. He is a person who really does know how to start, end things, transform things. He knows how to get to the top without sleeping with the boss. He knows how to do it without, stepping on people to get there. And that's the fight he's fighting. That is how the tribe is going to recognize him and how he's going to become empowering. Dan is a person who really feels balanced and driven by routine, repetitiveness, and I wonder if that's something that you guys notice about him or that he knows about himself. He is able to have that routine, or he's able to plan things out and able to allow other people to undertake his plan. Because of course he's the person who knows how to begin things, end things, transform them, and be driven and ambitious about them, and fight for them, and risk things for them, maybe his own health for them. So Dan really does know where to get those resources. What resources? I don't know. Whatever resources he's here to talk about. He's here to provoke or be provoked. Does he do that? All right. So maybe Dan really doesn't know at the deepest levels what is required in order to do something, but subconsciously he actually does. He has that depth. He really does n- know what he's getting into when he hops into things, because his energy said, yeah, go for it. And his body is only going to move towards what is correct for him. Maybe he's going to be placed in a place of control or management and a place where the tribe matters. And maybe he's a person who feels like being by himself or is quite okay. The other, he doesn't really need the other to survive. He's okay with that. And he is a good person who really does see the holes in things. He sees what's wrong with them. And the fact that he's a person who makes and breaks bonds, bonds made and broken, he really does enjoy his own space. So, all of that put together, he is a person who's would seem quite independent. So, let's talk about Dan in a different way. If you want to continue listening, my name is Katie Lynn. Let's get into some more of the hippy dippy stuff. Let's talk about the white stuff in the chart. Dan might feel like he needs to prove himself. What might he feel like he needs to prove? Prove that he can confront confrontation and truth. I said that funny. Maybe he wants to prove that he can be the good guy, the good tribes person, and put on that mask so he can prove he knows what direction that he's going in. Or prove that he knows, or prove that he can be inspirational or be inspired, or prove that he has all the answers. But guess what? Dan has nothing to prove. Not even to himself. He may even have a step counter, or the fact that he enjoys moving. He might try to push himself in a particular manner when he does work out. I'm not sure. But there's a way that I'm sure he even tries to prove himself, or he goes above and beyond when people don't even ask him to. You know, somebody is asked to do something, he's like, oh, I'll do it, without even specifically being asked. So, Dan, you have nothing to prove regarding your direction, your identity. You have nothing to prove regarding how you market things or put yourself out into the world. Maybe it's hard for you to get what's in your head out into actual voice or out into actual form. That's okay. It's who you are. And maybe you're a person who just picks up things for a moment and then just drops them and you change them and you don't finish them, and that's okay too. Don't allow people to shame you into feeling like you need to finish projects. Maybe you hopped into something super quickly and you're like, darn, why did I commit to that? Ugh, I don't want to confront that situation. I'm still going to be that tribes person and be supportive, and, I'm going to still do it even though it's not right for me. And so stop doing that. You don't need to do that. If you feel called to um, disengaging from your commitments, just make sure that you voice that in the correct way for yourself. So you could walk into a place and you're like, nope, You should listen to that. It's really healthy for you because if you walk into a place and you're like, nope, and you stay, you're not going to be getting the proper opportunities or the proper experiences with the proper people sending you in the proper direction in life. So listen to that. Your body is going to healthily direct you into a place that is correct for you to help you begin those cycles, to help you gain that depth, and to help you get more vitality to be ambitious towards the things that you are fighting for. And it's okay that you feel melancholic. You are a person who does feel melancholy on a regular basis, and that's okay. There's nothing you need to do about that. You don't got to prove yourself. You don't have to find a direction. You don't have to push something out into the world. You don't have to search for things to prove that you know or be inspirational about. You don't have to be the person that answers all the questions. It's okay. You don't have to. Your environment's going to grow in the way in which it's going to grow because your body knows exactly when it's going to get done. You got this, Dan. All right. So, the kind of people that Dan needs around in order to be successful are those in which that he has to. My man's just. I feel like my man's yelling in the background. So, I feel like I'm competing with his voice right now. Um, so, the type of people the type of environment that DJ Clancy needs to be in order to be successful is where he can research, dig into things, find his footing, find his grounding, um, and really get his footing. So I'm really distracted because of all of the loud talking over here. So the type of people he needs around him is hermits. I'm sorry that I'm fucking up, but I'm not stopping this recording because it was good. He needs hermits. He needs to be away from the drama, which unfortunately is not the proper people he is around because the internet is this drama. So I wonder if he's feeling that because of like his experience. He needs to be quiet. He needs to be drama free. He needs to be away from that. He really needs to be in his the type of people he needs to be around are people who are just in their genius doing their genius. And I guess in a way you could see that as like, you know, streamers are being their genius, but at the same time, drama. Streamers are freaking drama. So like I wonder if that's okay for him. All right. I'm going to end it here because there's a lot of loud talking in the background. So if you want to see more, make sure to come to my Twitch channel, Katie Lynn, and we do this on a regular basis. And I hope you enjoyed this. Till next time.